responded to PS 219, a middle school in Kew Gardens Hills, after getting a call about a possible incident in the cafeteria. A juvenile was taken into custody, and sources say the student told police he accidentally sat on the pepper spray can. A total of 43 people with minor injuries were evaluated at the scene. 10 people were taken to the hospital in stable condition. The Department of Education could not be reached for comment. 3 years ago, the city launched a pilot program to get some police out of responding to mental health emergencies. Advocates and officials had high hopes for the project, especially after recent shootings of people in mental health crisis by the NYPD. But now a planned expansion of the program, known as Be Heard, is on pause, and some are saying it's failing to meet expectations. New York One investigative reporter Courtney Gross has this exclusive story, the second part of her series, A Call for Help When a Mental Health Crisis Turns Deadly.
Yeah. It turns deadly because of these bitches.
Millions of calls every year come through this 911 call center.
Okay, what's your location?
Tens of thousands of them are for a mental health emergency.
We get our tech bag.
A tiny fraction of them reach him.
Make sure we have our gauzes.
Isha Middleton is on a Be Heard team, a group of social workers and EMTs who respond to nonviolent 911 mental health calls, a pilot program launched in 2021 aimed at reducing police responses to mental health emergencies.
We had an opportunity to be, instead of hands-on, minds-on. There are more people who need help mentally than need physically.
They're a small team.
Sometimes when you see a bunch of us in uniform with the radio and the ambulance, it scares people, and we tell them the whole purpose why we're there. We're here, we want to help you, you're not in trouble, and that helps a lot.
After the shooting of Rosario in Queens,
except when y'all let these fucking punk ass whore bitches.
Police during an apparent mental health crisis, officials and advocates are examining how the city responds to mental health emergencies.
Every single time a Be Heard team responds to someone having a mental health crisis or a mental health emergency, we're sending a mental health professional to that person for the first time in our city's history.
Almost 3 years into the pilot program, New York One has found Be Heard has not reached its original goals, and a planned expansion is on pause.
The goal of 50% was a goal that was set during the prior administration.
We will fundamentally change the approach to mental health emergencies in this city.
When first announced, the goal was to cover half of the city's mental health calls in the pilot area. But the number of calls it responds to every quarter is still quite small. And according to the latest data for the program, which is from last summer, it only responded to 23% of calls in its coverage area.
The goal was a bit premature, and we just learned so much since operating the program.
Is there a goal now?
The goal is really to just reduce unnecessary.
Yeah, got so much money.
It's to reduce unnecessary transports and to route as many calls as possible to the teams.
At one point, city officials put more promise in the program. In early 2023, Mayor Adams said he'd bring it to every police precinct in the city.
This means responding to mental health emergencies with mental health professionals and emergency medical technicians while decreasing unnecessary use of police services.
But 8 months later, the city paused the expansion. It's unclear when or if that will change.
As of right now, we have paused expansion, partially due to budget cuts, but this has allowed us an opportunity to really figure out what citywide expansion might look like.
I'm telling you, they use black women to fucking
For now,
scrub dispute.
Operates in just 31 of the 77 precincts, covering the Bronx and parts of Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. It does not operate in the precinct where Rosario was killed. Officials said his call was not eligible for the program because the operator classified it as a drug call. So for now, police are still responding to mental health emergencies.
We go there and there's a patient that's calm and the patient that we can help, we can tell PD we're okay. Because a lot of people, they uncomfortable with the cops around and they're more open to us when it's just us and they don't feel like they're in trouble.
So for now, this team will handle about 3 to 5 calls a day. The rest may be the NYPD. Courtney Gross, New York 1.
The city now plans to honor 99 New York service members